Amazon store, like an actual physical Amazon store inside a mall. The bags completely suck, but I found an Amazon store. I'm very excited. I mean, I'm not done my intro yet. Hello there, how are you all doing? I hope you are all doing well. I'm very excited for this video because I took a little road trip recently. Some of you may have seen that I went to the oldest art store in the country. I did like a 40-hour road trip overall, but basically during my travels, I found an Amazon 4-star store inside a mall. To me, it's kind of ironic, but also quite cool because the internet is unfortunately the reason why malls are going out of business these days. So it was actually quite nice to see an Amazon store inside of a mall. What's really cool about this store is you know that everything in there is going to be good because it's an Amazon 4-star, which means everything in there is 4 stars or higher. Basically, they just sell everything that's the highest rated, most wished for, and most popular on the Amazon website. They've just combined all of it and put it into the store to buy. By the way, if you are new to my channel, hello, welcome. If you are not already subscribed, feel free to click that subscribe button down below or like the video, click the notification bell, all that good stuff. So basically, when you walk in, a good portion of it is obviously taken up by books because Amazon used to be an online bookstore and then obviously it changed to be like the massive thing that it is today. They have the top selling items overall on Amazon. So like equipment, appliances, hair products, that kind of thing. Daily deals that you can only get in the store. Crafts, coloring books, etc, etc. So my favorite thing about this store in particular is that where the little label tells you the regular price and like the Prime member price, it also tells you the star rating on Amazon. So for example, you have like 4.6 stars over 3,600 reviews. So instead of like going into a store and looking on your phone, is this item any good? You basically know that it's already good because they tell you that it's good. Now, the first thing I thought when I saw this store was, do they have art supplies? This is like a very important question to me. I'm here to tell you today that they do indeed have art supplies. That is what this video is about. Now, don't get me wrong, they don't exactly have this massive art section in there. In fact, they don't really have an art section at all unless you count the kids' craft section, which did have a couple of good things there. But the more you looked around the store, the more you could find like hidden gems. Like I found a set of Prismacolor pencils, I found some sketch books, I found like a pencil case. They actually had a ton of Crayola, which was quite surprising to me. Well, I suppose it's not that surprising. It's Crayola, it's like huge. So I'm going to show you everything that I bought in the Amazon store and I'm going to make some art afterwards and it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Let's get into the bags. I mean, literally both of them broke and they're not even that heavy. I am glad they're using like paper bags and not plastic bags because they do waste a lot of plastic with their packaging. You ever get an item from Amazon and it's like this big and the box is like that big? Such a waste. So in this first bag, I've got some Crayola Signature brush and detail dual tip markers. Now these things, I see these all of the time. I personally feel like they wouldn't be very good, but they were highly rated in the Amazon 4-star store. So I know technically they have at least a 4-star rating. So I got those. I did in fact also buy this planner, which is not art related, but I figured I'd show you anyway. It's called the High Performance Planner. Apparently it helps you stay more focused, prioritize like a pro, increase productivity, measure what matters, build more effective habits, and accelerate your personal growth. So I feel like hopefully this will be beneficial to me. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you've tried this, but yeah. I also bought, this is kind of stupid, okay? This is kind of stupid, but I saw it and I have 2 dogs that I love very much and it's the paw print kit by Crayola and I figured that I'd attempt to try and use this today. Will I succeed at it? Probably not. I don't think both my dogs' paws are going to fit on here because they have massive paws. I also got, this bag has way more in it. I got these Stabilo pens, which are in this nice little case here. Never used these before, but I know these seem to be quite popular. So inside the little case here. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. I'm really excited to try these out because I know a lot of people really like these for like bullet journaling and they have these nice little fine liner nibs there. Next up, I got what is probably the best item in the store, but you know, I'll let you be the judge of that. I found some Prismacolor pencils. This is a set of 48 of the Prismacolor pencils. These are really, really good. If you've never used Prismacolor pencils for some reason, these are fantastic. I did have a massive set of these once. I would like to let you know really quickly that today's video is very kindly sponsored by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp is essentially affordable, private online counselling available anywhere, anytime, on virtually any device.
This past year has been incredibly difficult for so many people. It's really hard to feel happiness at times. I personally had a lot of stress worrying for my mum. I couldn't see my boyfriend for 13 and a half months. I actually did sign up for BetterHelp for the entirety of 2020 because I just really wanted a professional to talk to. It's a fantastic place with over 15,000 counsellors. They all have a broad range of expertise and they assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional. You can start communicating within 48 hours. It's really nice to have a live chat with a professional. You don't have to worry about talking on the phone if you don't feel up to it. It's really great, especially for those if you don't live in an area where help isn't overly accessible or available. It's not a crisis line or self-help, it's professional counselling done securely online. It's also free to change counsellors if you need to. It's available worldwide and you can log in at any time to send a message to your counsellor. You get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can even schedule video or phone calls if you like. And you don't have to sit in a waiting room, which is the best part. It's also more affordable than traditional office counselling, and financial aid is available. So if you are struggling to find happiness or something's preventing you from achieving your goals, you're not alone. BetterHelp wants to help you.
So visit BetterHelp, that's HELP.com/Chloe Rose,
and get 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. You can join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. And thank you so much once again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Okay, this next thing, I mean, I saw it and I just knew I had to have it because let's face it, I mean, how could I not? It's a Bob Ross paint with water colouring book, I think. So you open it up and it's got all a bunch of Bob's most famous paintings. And inside, I've actually not even looked in here. It's basically like, I'm gonna open today. It's like a colouring book, essentially. I can't even open this thing. It's like a colouring book, but it comes with a paintbrush. So I think you literally just activate the paint. Yeah, you paint it with water. I wonder if Bob would actually like this if he was still around today. Next up, I found an Amazon basic set of pencils. We got a tortillon, we got some kneadable erasers, pastels, all that kind of thing. I know my friend Ray loves all this kind of stuff. I don't really do any pencil related portraits, but very nice, very, very cheap too, so that should come in handy. They didn't have any paint though, which was kind of annoying. I wish they did, but I do painting most of the time. I don't really do marker or pencil drawings, but I guess we're gonna do that today. We're gonna have some fun. Maybe I'll do some cartoons or something. Okay, so I also got by Tombow some erasers. I've never seen these before, but they're like 100 eraser, precision tip eraser, removes only what you need. Oh, I see. So it looks like there's two in here, but basically it's just the one. It's got the refill and it like is a very, very fine point. So you only erase in a very, very small section, which is very handy. I also found some Pentel twist erase mechanical pencils because I love mechanical pencils. You really can't go wrong with them. But yeah, these just I thought might come in handy if I'm making something that would involve thin pencils. And last but not least, I purchased this little pen case, which to me seemed pretty expensive. I don't know why it was as expensive as it was, but it seems popular. It's made in Cambodia, but basically it just looks to me like just a basic pencil case. I don't know, people seem to really like it. It's rated very highly. It's in an Amazon store, for goodness sake, so I guess it'll come in handy. I'll figure out why at some point, but I got the red one because I thought that one looked quite pretty. Okay, so that's everything that I bought. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna make. I think because I have markers and pencils and things like that, I'll most likely make something more cartoony, illustrative. Okay, so because I, for some reason, forgot to buy the Moleskine sketchbook that they had in there, I just pulled out these couple of sketch pads I had in subscription boxes. So I have one by Van Gogh. Probably good for the pencils, but probably not good for the markers. And then this one is an actual marker pad by Graphics. So this will be better for the markers versus the pencils. But you know what? I think we should start off with the paw print kit. I don't know, I just feel like that would be quite funny. Let me see. Okay, it's very small, but I'm definitely pretty sure I can fit both my dog's paws on this. We've got this little thing, and then what's the instructions? This paintbrush we're definitely not going to be using anytime soon. We have, oh, the instructions on the back. Knead the model magic to soften, then place in the shaping ring. Flatten to fill the shaping ring, then flip over to the smooth side. Gently press paw into the model magic. Remove the shape ring and decorate with paint when it's dried. Oh, okay, that's pretty easy. So if we just like move everything. If we get this. And then we're just gonna like shape it into the ring. There doesn't seem like there's enough here. But I mean, I'm not gonna complain because, I mean, clearly it had good reviews because it was in there. What's nice about this is I know that it's not gonna actually like get into their paws, because that was my main concern. Like, oh no, what if it like makes a mess and I can't get it out of their fur? But it's little like model magic stuff. It's not sticky. I'm not sure how you like perfectly smooth it, because there's always going to be like weird smudgy line things. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I have Merlin here. There's his nose. Say hello. Say hello. Hello, my name is Merlin, and today we're going to be painting. We've got his little paw here. It's very well groomed at the moment. We need you to put your little paw in, baby. Okay? Ready? Oh, that's nice. Okay, so there's Merlin's paw print. It's a little bit further up than I meant to put it, so I'm not sure if my other dog's paw print's gonna like fit there because he has big paws, but we did your paw print! Good job. Oh, you're a good boy, aren't you? Yes, you are. So this is Arthur. He's only 14-ish weeks old, so he's not as good a boy as Merlin because he's still a baby, but he's learning, aren't you? Yes, you are. Are we gonna get your paw print too? Are we gonna get your paw print? I know, you're beautiful. You're a good boy, aren't you? So Arthur has giant paws. His paws are a bit fluffy, so I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll try. You ready? No, stay still. Yes. Oh, that's rubbish. I think it's because it's, no.
That's good.
I mean, it kind of came out. He literally has bigger paws than Merlin, like way bigger. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it turned out. This is the first dog's paw, and then this is the second one. It's not overly visible. I'm not sure if like painting it would help in any way. This one came out pretty good, but he hasn't got such fluffy paws because he was groomed recently, but this one is kind of just like a big smush. But yeah, that was a pretty cute idea. I think it worked pretty decently. It's not perfect, but you can basically see the shape of the dog's paws, and that's the main thing. So I did actually get the sketchbook purely because I really like this, and I don't actually have a free one. This is just from a couple of years ago where I put in all of my bears from like 2019. So yeah, I thought I would just use this because I do actually have some spare pages in the back, and I prefer to like, I don't know, work out the proper sketchbook. So I'm gonna put these away and not use these at all. So the first thing I figured I'd do is I thought maybe I would try out the mechanical pencils, and then maybe sketch out a little duck. I love ducks. I think they're so cute. I actually saw a baby duck the other day, and oh, that's a good start. Let's also get out our Tombow eraser thing because this will probably come in quite handy. Whoops. So that just, yeah, so it's just like a tiny little eraser thing that you can just erase, and this just has refills in it when you run out. So I feel like that's actually going to be really, really handy. I'm going to start out quickly by sketching out a little duck. Also, by the way, if anyone's interested in anything that I purchased, I'll leave a link to everything in the description down below, just in case you wanted to check it out online. So there's a little fluffy duck, just a very rough sketch of one. But I think what I'm gonna do now is just kind of sketch out a few little things, and then I can use my Prismacolors, try these out, and then maybe I can try out the markers, that kind of thing, and just do something quite fun, quite simple. Maybe I'll attempt to draw a bear using these pastels. Oh, you know what? I hate pastels though. I wonder if this would be quite handy for like things like this with the refills maybe, because you have a lot of like little refill things you could probably put in here. You know what? I actually take it back. I can see why people like this. This is very small, but also it fits a lot of things, which is quite helpful, I think. I also really like the set of markers here. I think that's really nice. This is how you open things, right? With the plastic paintbrush. Let me in it. Let me in. Let me in it. Okay, so we have our Prismacolor. I think this is the best thing they had there, to be honest. They only had 2 in there. It's like a selection box you get at Christmas with more cookies underneath. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, maybe I'll color in this duck before I make some more sketches. I might lighten him a little bit though. This eraser is freaking amazing. Okay, that'll do. Oh, I forgot how great these pencils are. They're like buttery. They also blend really nicely too. I would just like to let you know this is by no means going to be realism, like hardcore realism with pencils. Something I've noticed a lot of pencil artists do as well is they like really sharpen their pencils to like the craziest point, like this, but more intense, because it really makes this beautiful fine point. Add some little flecks in here and there of his feathers. These blend so nicely together. Like I really, really love Prismacolor pencils, and I've never used like crazy expensive ones like the Caran d'Ache ones, which I know are very popular, but these for me personally, as someone that just does not use them very often, I just think they're awesome personally. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that where it is. This is the little duck with the Prismacolor pencils. I love them, they're so good. Something else that's really, really nice to do with them as well is to use markers and then use the pencil over the marker. You can't use marker over the pencil because of the waxy finish, but you can use them over the top of marker and they work very nicely. Okay, so on the theme of ducks, I've decided to do a fun little cartoon. Whenever I get art block, I always kind of go back to just simple, fun things that I enjoy, which involves usually cartoons. So I think what I'm gonna do to keep in theme with the ducks is I'm gonna draw Donald Duck. I might kind of stylize him a little bit. I was gonna make his eyes really huge, but I think what I'll do is just make him a little smaller. Quite like this actually, this version of Donald Duck. I'm gonna give him smaller feet actually, I think, than what he currently has. Okay, let's use the Stabilo, and I'm probably gonna hate it now because I really, really love simple sketches, and then whenever I color them in, I always end up hating them. I'm gonna use the Crayola too actually, and see what this is like. Ooh. Oh, is that it? 16 for that giant tin? What a rip-off. Maybe I'll use this to see what it's like. My favorite, Patchy. I mean, they're nice because they're like Copics in the way that they have a brush nib, but I don't know. What are they like if you blend them? This is not nice. I don't like this at all. Let me try the Stabilo pens to see how they outline. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. Yeah, so these work much better than the Crayola ones do. I quite like the Stabilo pens, they're not too bad, but I'm really not a fan of the Crayola ones at all. They're very, very patchy. I'm not really sure what I expected, but I just didn't really expect that. It could also be the paper, to be fair, but the Stabilo pens seem to be working pretty much okay though, so I'm not really sure if that's what it is. That's terrible. Okay, let's try the blue pen again, but this time, let's try it on the hat. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It's not horrendous. It's just I've used better. As a kid though, I would have probably loved that, to be honest. I mean, heck, these are better than anything I had as a kid, to be fair, because I never really had brush markers like this when I was younger. He's cute, but he needs help, like a lot of it. So I'm gonna grab the crayons, not the crayons, the Prismacolor, and I'm gonna try and shade over them. So what's nice about the pencils is they kind of blur over any issues that you may have. So like right here, this pencil's just gonna like cover it, which is really nice. Okay, I definitely need to fix his beak though, because it looks like absolute garbage. Okay, so there is Donald Duck. And last but not least, I really want to try this little Bob Ross paint with water, paint your way to a mellow mood book. It is essentially a coloring book, so you don't need to use it for the watercolors. If you don't want to, you can just use it for a coloring book, although they do have a Bob Ross coloring book if you'd rather have one. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how this works. Well, I'm just gonna get a little cup of water. I swear if they've given me that obnoxious plastic, oh, it's not, okay. I was really worried they were gonna give me one of those obnoxious plastic brushes. Oh, these are really pretty actually. This is the one I put on my wall, page 59. It tells you the page number, but there's no page numbers on any of it. How are you supposed to find it? We don't make mistakes, we have happy little accidents. That's actually really cute. Where's the one that I put on my wall? Because I feel like I really want to do that one. Use this book's back flap to slip underneath your colouring page to prevent dents or marks appearing on another creation. Oh, that's what this obnoxious thing is. You put it between the pages. Okay, that actually makes sense because it's really quite annoying. There it is. What's this? Do something every day that will make you happy. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, this will be the easiest painting I've ever done. Wow. That is something. This book contains both colouring pages and painting pages. Choose a piece of work that sparks creativity in you. Okay, so some of these are with water, some of them are with pencils. Colouring pages come to life with pencils, pens or markers. Painting pages come to life with a wet paintbrush. Well, how am I supposed to know which is which? Oh, you know what? It's probably because these ones are more simple and these ones are more like this. So my guess would be the ones that are like this are the ones that you maybe paint on. Let's see if my theory is correct. There we go, this one's working. Look at me, I'm painting. I mean, the thing with Bob Ross paintings anyway is that he kind of teaches you how you can paint even if you don't have any painting experience. That's what's so fun about Bob Ross stuff. So I mean, I can imagine this be fun for maybe adults, for relaxing, but I don't know, as an artist, I don't really like this much. It just looks weird with the black lines. What is the point of that? It's very clever, I will say. Painting in our happy little tree with water and magic watercolor paint. I just feel like I'm cheating because I've painted so many Bob Ross paintings that this just feels wrong. It is fairly relaxing though, I will say that, going over every part. Like I'm being somewhat impatient about it because I'm quite an impatient painter. Ta-da! A Bob Ross masterpiece. It must look just like the original. I mean, it works great and I think it would be quite fun for someone that maybe doesn't like to paint or doesn't paint. I kind of like to get my hands dirty when I paint versus kind of something like this. I know they make things like this for kids, which is awesome because it's like lack of mess. I just personally don't particularly like this, but I can see why some people would. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so incredibly much for watching. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite supply was. Again, I will leave everything that I purchased in the description down below. Thank you so much once again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you take advantage of that link down below if you are thinking about it. For today, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and I will see you in the next video.